Homer tore open his pillow and found it stuffed with cash. Stunned beyond belief, he tossed all the money out the window. Ever since he'd taken on the role of a World Cup referee, people had been secretly trying to bribe him left and right. But Homer prided himself on upholding the fairness and integrity of the game. Whenever a player committed a foul, Homer would pull out a red card only for that player to slip a dollar bill straight into his hand. The more red cards Homer brandished, the fatter the bribes he raked in.
Get out of here!
His impartial calls soon whipped the entire stadium into a frenzy. The crowd began cheering his name loudly from the stands. Homer didn't bat an eye at any of it. Even Bart found it totally mind-blowing. Finally, Homer told him the truth. Homer had never been the first pick to give the big speech. Lisa was the original choice. Someone had stolen her initial speech topic, forcing her to come up with a new one at the last minute. Homer was only brought in as a backup. Learning the truth shattered Homer's confidence in an instant. Heartbroken, he headed to Moe's Tavern and drowned his sorrows alone. Just then, a man approached him with a shady deal. He wanted Homer to throw the World Cup final in Brazil's favor. On the day of the final, Brazil went up against Germany. The man told Homer he'd get a cool $1 million if Brazil won the game. Lisa overheard their conversation by chance and begged Homer not to abandon his moral integrity. Homer flew into a rage, snapping at Lisa that she'd been the one who deceived him first.
I'm sorry you weren't my first choice. In fact, I had my doubts about using you at all.
Lisa told him that no matter what happened, he was still her hero. Touched by his daughter's words, Homer resolved not to let her down. The game reached its white-hot, nail-biting climax when a Brazilian player took a blatant dive. The man signaled for Homer to award a penalty kick. Homer hesitated for a split second, then firmly turned him down.
No penalty! I repeat, no penalty!